Number 10 for me, Ty, is Terry Bradshaw. If he plays during free agency, no one even comes close to what that guy could make. And talk about branding. He invented himself after his football career to where he is a brand that is Terry Bradshaw. Franco Harris, early on, he was doing Franco's Italian Army, had his own spaghetti sauce and other things. Truly one of my favorites of all time, had a personal relationship with him, and, of course, the immaculate reception we will never forget. And out of USC, maybe the greatest draft the Steelers ever had in 1974, number 8, Lynn Swann, and those spectacular Super Bowl catches. And a favorite of mine from my childhood growing up and just envisioning what the windmill windup would look like, listening to Bob Prince on KDK and then finally seeing it in person in a doubleheader on a hot June night at Forbes Field. At number 7, Wilbur Darnell Stargell. Number 6, truly a five-tool player, the godson of Willie Mays, Barry Bonds. At number 5, a guy who was just minutes away of winning the heavyweight championship, but he went for the knockout. And the next thing he said, he woke up in the locker room, the original Pittsburgh Kid, number 5, Billy Conn. And yes, I was there when they drafted him, and I have watched him turn out to be a fine young man doing incredible things here in Pittsburgh, not only as an athlete, but a part of our citizenship. Number 4, Sidney Crosby, who will always be the Kid to me. And number 3, the greatest ever, who from time to time can still be seen on the streets of his incredible community, Swickley, Pennsylvania, Mario Lemieux. Number 2 just does not get enough credit when you look at all of the great quarterbacks, and the reason being he happened to play in the era of the greatest of all time, Tom Brady. Number 2, I've got Ben Roethlisberger. And at number 1, even though I think Barry Bonds was a better overall baseball player, how can you not make in the City of Champions number 1, gone too soon, Roberto Clemente? So that's my top 10 greatest Pittsburgh athletes of all time. Ty.
Wow, that is a tremendous. We have a number. I may surprise you. Okay. Number 10 for me would be Joe Green. Oh. Just for the history of that. I'll just go kind of quickly. Number 9, I have Terry. I have Terry as number 9. I'm going to go back a number of years, but I think you have to include Honus Wagner as one of the absolute greats. So Honus on there. I have Dan Marino on my list.
Yep.
So, Oakland, out of there. Negro Leagues. You had to put in Josh Gibson. I know I'm going way back. I have Josh on there. Next is Yarmer Yager.
Oh, yeah.
So I know some longevity and just in the Cups. Next, and I'm surprised not on your list, from Latrobe, Mr. Arnold Palmer. I mean, how can you not put Arnold on that list? I mean, he's just, we talked about him earlier. Then the last 2, I went back and forth on this, and it's interchangeable. But number 2, I have Roberto Clemente for all that he did, and then his charity work. But I have to go Mario number 1, and I tell you that his talents on the ice. You can argue Gretzky or Lemieux, and that's a whole nother discussion. He saved the team in Pittsburgh. To me, one of the greatest owners we have ever had. Very quiet, built this great team with Sid, and then the Lemieux Foundation that he started, which is doing remarkable work today. So it's, Rob, we could go on for another hour on great athletes. It was so very difficult. I mean, you had Lynn on there and you had others, but that's my top 10. I put Lemieux as 1, and I put Clemente as 1A.